So today we'll be taking a look at two huge topics coming out of Raw, and that's what's happening with Alexa Bliss and Naomi. Let's start things off with the entire Naomi and Eva Marie situation. The speculation and guesses about Eva Marie's return turned out to be true. Eva Marie's character is a sneaky heel that's lying about wanting to help others and be a hero for others. Eva Marie is helping young talent, but she's taking the credit for the wins of the matches, even though she's not wrestling. So just a real heel move there, where these young talents do all the work, but Eva is taking all the credit. That's what we saw this week with Eva Marie's return. So we get to Raw and we have what was supposed to be Naomi versus Eva Marie. But continuing that same sort of theme from her 2016 gimmick of avoiding matches, Eva found a way out of the match and used a fill-in instead. The fill-in was Piper Niven. Piper has been with WWE for a while now and even competed in NXT UK. Yet, the commentators played it off like they've never seen Piper in their lives before. So that was a bit strange for them to act like they had no clue who this woman was, even though she's been with WWE for a while now. There's a lot of casual fans that never saw Piper in NXT UK, so how do you give her this Raw debut in front of all these new fans, but not even give her a name to go by? Fans speculate that maybe WWE is considering changing her name, so maybe that's why they left her nameless. But Piper takes out Naomi in just a few minutes. Eva Marie declares herself the winner, and that was it. Of course, the internet blew up even more after the result of this match. WWE ends the Naomi and Lana tag team by releasing Lana, and you're thinking, well, maybe Naomi can be a singles contender again. But then this happens. It had to be on purpose as well. Looks like the goal for Eva Marie right now is to gain as much heat as possible. How do you do that? Have Eva Marie and Piper take out Naomi, one of the most beloved talents on the roster. And that did the job. Everyone is talking about Eva Marie and Piper, so WWE got what they wanted. There's still no word on how Eva will move going forward. Does she stick with Piper full time, or have this rotation of several clients? That's what we'll have to keep an eye out for. But when it comes to Naomi and you look back at everything she's done since returning in the 2020 Royal Rumble, there's basically nothing there, and that's so unfortunate. It's an extremely popular fan idea, but fans believe that Naomi should be on Smackdown as a top heel and part of the Roman Reigns storyline. Naomi was very quietly mentioned in Roman's story last October before the Hell in a Cell match. But other than that brief message by Roman Reigns, Naomi was never connected to his story in any other way. Fans feel like it would make perfect sense if Naomi goes over to SmackDown to check on everything going on with her husband, Jimmy. Then, before you know it, she finds herself tangled in the whole Roman Reigns storyline as well. Adding a woman, who is also a family member, has been another popular fan theory. Naomi fits the description and is a part of the family through marriage. So maybe Naomi comes over to try to pull Jimmy out of this mess. But Roman, being the manipulative mastermind that he is, pulls her in as well. Maybe it was similar things that he tells Jimmy and Jay. Maybe Roman mentions to Naomi that her last title reign was almost 4 years ago, how she hasn't done anything since, and really starts to get into her head like that. If there's one thing we know for sure, it's the fact that Roman can break just about anyone down with his words. It's one of his best and most scariest traits of his character. So no matter how mentally tough Naomi is, one conversation with Roman Reigns may start to break her down. Roman isn't lying when he says everything he touches turns to gold. So if Roman has the opportunity to manipulate Naomi and get inside her head, she would be a top heel on SmackDown, possibly winning the SmackDown Women's title. Roman's storyline is so great that it wouldn't be a bad thing at all if it started to leak into other parts of the show, like the women's division. It would probably be one of the best stables we've seen in such a long time. Roman Reigns as Universal Champion, Jimmy and Jay as Tag Team Champions, Naomi as Women's Champion, with Paul Heyman being behind all of them. That sounds really special and really untouchable. So when you look at it that way, what Naomi could be doing over on SmackDown compared to what she's doing on Raw, you can see why the fans are disappointed. This is not the best usage of Naomi at all, and fans have been saying that for years now. Every time they do something with Naomi, Naomi deserves better goes trending because it's true. She deserves better than this. But what are your thoughts on Naomi's usage? Do you want to see her stay on Raw for this Eva Marie program, or do you think it would be great to see Naomi on Smackdown with Roman Reigns? Raw actually picked up this week where we left off at. Alexa addressed the closing moments of Raw last week by saying that she only had good intentions when she invited Shayna to the playground, but that things got out of hand. Alexa mentioned with WWE going back on the road soon, and after what she did last week, Lilly has been put on timeout. That line was interesting, and fans were wondering if that was it, if Lilly has been written off already. Lilly didn't appear all night, but the image of her was still on Alexa's entrance graphics. Alexa also referenced Lilly on Raw Talk, but everyone is still wondering if we're done with Lilly. Majority of fans will be thrilled if Lilly is gone for good. But if Lilly is gone for good, you can't just help but look back and ask yourself, what was Lilly's purpose? Did they really introduce this doll with no plans in mind and then just give up on it? Well, yes, it's possible. That's a very WWE thing to do. Introduce something with a big entrance and then completely give up on it like it never happened. See Raw Underground, the SmackDown Hacker, and Retribution for perfect examples of that. So, is it possible that Lilly is done? It sure is possible. That's just how WWE rolls. Everything is week to week. It's not really thought out well in advance. Maybe Roman's story gets that special planned out treatment, but everything else could be here one week and gone the next. So Alexa and Nia have a little interaction. Alexa says that she was never friends with Nia, and that leads to their match. Not much magic and edits for this Alexa match. She made a few scary faces and crawled on the floor in scary ways, but that was about it. She also hit the Twisted Bliss for the first time in almost a year, so that was great to see as well. But right after the match, Alexa and Reginald had this standoff that included Alexa taking control of Reginald for a brief moment and hypnotizing him. Again, with WWE, you never know if something has deeper meaning or if it's just completely useless. But it'll be interesting to see if Alexa hypnotizes Reginald, maybe during the match with Shayna Baszler, and makes him do something to Shayna. That would be some decent payoff to that hypnotized moment from Raw. There was no Shayna on Raw this week, but it'll be interesting to see how Shayna acts like at Hell in a Cell. She should be shaken up a bit. With Lilly being on timeout and maybe gone for good, does that mean we'll have that moment of maybe Lilly's spirit and demeanor entering Alexa's body at Hell in a Cell? That's still a possibility and good way to keep Lilly involved without the doll actually being there. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.